Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. In tonight's video, I'm going to be talking about and basically giving my first impression, honest thoughts and opinions on this Black Ops 4 Blackout Battle Royale and what I've been thinking because of course the beta has just been released and I've been playing it quite a bit, and honestly, I have some good thoughts on this game and it is pretty awesome and there's some great things about it, but there's also some things that should be fixed, and of course it's a beta stage so you can't really hate on that stuff too much. Anyway guys, these are going to be my honest thoughts, and they probably are going to be pretty positive overall because I didn't have the biggest expectations for this, and we'll get into that. If you guys could drop a like on this thing, that'd be awesome. Let's go for 805 likes. That'd be amazing, guys. Smash that like button if you guys could. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And let's talk about it. Now, I know a lot of you guys want to know my honest opinions on that, but going into it, you got to sort of see my state of mind, which was that I sort of saw this as that Black Ops 4 multiplayer was already going to be a smash hit, of course, and zombies and stuff like that. I saw this as basically something on a dessert, you know, something on top, an extra icing on top of the cake or something like that. But they really went out and sort of outdid themselves. Now, this game is pretty amazing, and the style of gameplay is very interesting. It's very similar to PUBG. Now, me, myself, personally, I don't have that much experience with PUBG, or I don't know too much about it. I'm more into H1Z1, and then, of course, Fortnite. But this game definitely is, it reminds me of Call of Duty, of course, because the gunfights feel like Call of Duty, but your movement and sort of how I've seen people play in position from what I've seen is sort of like a PUBG sort of style. And like I said, I came into this Blackout with low expectations, and it definitely exceeded it. So on first impressions, the map size was one of my big concerns coming in. The map size is pretty much perfect. There is extra space on the outskirts of it, but on that aspect of it, you know, there's no loot out there, so people aren't going to go out there anyway, and the first storm pretty much always encloses on that area, so it doesn't really matter too much about that. As far as the map goes, I pretty much do enjoy it. Vehicles was another big concern of mine, and it looks like the vehicles are, as of right now, are sort of just used for transportation mostly. Of course, you could do some helicopter plays and stuff like that, maybe shooting out of a helicopter or dive bombing on people, or who knows what you can do. But for right now, of course, people are still learning the game. It is a very complicated game, which Call of Duty is very, fairly simple twitch shooter, and this takes it to the next level. There's so much intricate stuff you can do with your inventory and your class setup too, but that's definitely, the vehicles aren't too bad at all, and I'm someone that I don't really like vehicles in video games. I was very skeptical when they came to Fortnite. A game like H1Z1 actually works like perfectly with vehicles. I think they work fine in this game, and honestly give it sort of a cool factor where casual players who want to come in and drive a helicopter or ride around in a boat with their friends or go swimming, you can do that in this game, and it has that aspect of fun to it with also the seriousness. So I thought that was pretty good. Now, some things that I like. Do I like the pace of the game? I think the pace of the game is okay. I think that, well, they started at 80 players, and then they went up to, right now it's currently sitting at 88 players per match. I really think they should just go to 100 players per match. I found that landing at Rivertown or landing at the area firing range were like sort of in the middle of the map. Those two areas kind of remind me of like a Retail Row, Salty Springs area if you're familiar with Fortnite. That's where I was getting quite a bit of action off of the start. And as far as things that the one thing that is different about this is that they really went over the top to make it complicated, I guess you could say, with all the different types of healing. I really do like it. It is fairly simple what you have there, but with the perk system and the fact that you can activate perks, of course this was done to sort of implement and make sure people know you're still playing Call of Duty. Implementing those perks, I think, can be very interesting, and the fact that you can do them while actually running and moving around is so good. The fact that they don't just have the pause inventory, they have the one where you can press up on the D-pad and access that. I thought that was very good, but there's just still so much maneuvering, and looting people takes just so much time in this game, in a game where you can't really leave yourself vulnerable for too long because you can be taken out so quick with the time to kill. So I really think that if there was a way to speed up looting other people's bodies, that would be really awesome. I really like the way about Fortnite where you can just auto loot basically all the materials which you would need, which would be ammo and stuff like that, and then if you want their guns, they should be like, you know, that maybe it sprays out like it does in H1Z1 on PS4 and they're laying around. I think think the looting system definitely needs some work. It is cool how you can put attachments on guns and different stuff like that. However, I'm someone that likes to get more towards the action in the gameplay and not focus as much as messing around on the class setup. I prefer multiplayer when you can do that before the game and not sort of in the game. I think there's definitely ways they can do that. One of the most annoying things about the game, which I'm sure you've heard people mention, is the fact that to pick stuff up, you actually have to hold square instead of just tap it, which is so frustrating because it just makes it feel a game that feels so smooth. It does feel clunky when you are looting, but other than that, the looting system isn't too bad. I do like how you can hold 2 weapons. I do like the amount of everything you can hold. I think the amount of ammo that you could hold could be a little bit higher. If we're comparing this to something like Fortnite, you hold 999 ammo, and this one you could actually over 1,000 because you can have some in the gun as well. And this one, your maxed ammo is like 200 of each, so that seems to be kind of low. And then of course you can carry 2 weapons. Other concerns about this game, so things that I like, the majority of stuff I like, and of course this is a beta, so you can't really, most of the things that I don't like are things that can be fixed. I really do like it overall, and I think that it has this game has potential to be huge, like to take Call of Duty to maybe even that next level. And I really do think that Black Ops 4, I am super excited about this year overall as Call of Duty. So things that I think could be fixed, because I want to give some constructive criticism. Overall, the game is great, the game is a lot of fun, and it's definitely a different play style. From someone that likes to play, I like to play Fortnite, and I like to run out there. When I play Call of Duty, I like to play multiplayer, right? I like to rush. When I play Fortnite, I like to run it out in the open, use my building skills, rush and stuff like that. In this game, you sort of have to, because of the time to kill, and because of the, obviously you can't build in a Call of Duty game like Fortnite, you have to sort of use the natural cover and be careful of where you move, and it sort of gives you the impression of sort of more realistic warfare, I guess you could say, and I know that a lot of people do like that. One thing I do love about the map too is it's like a Call of Duty fanboy or Call of Duty fan or players Disneyland. That's what I was saying. As you can see right here, this is where I get, like, this was like my first solo victory royale, I guess, if it's even called that. And look at where I'm at. I'm at Stronghold. This is literally a reiteration of Stronghold from Black Ops 3, and I'm able to get the victory. And what's hilarious too is that they have that proximity voice chat. So when I kill this guy, he just starts screaming. He has like a roommate in the back or something like that. His brother maybe, I don't know. They were just completely screaming. I was pretty excited to get that. I really do like how they included those classic Call of Duty ones, and who knows where this could lead. This just gets me so excited for the future because, okay, we know, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but we know Black Ops 4 multiplayer is going to do its thing. It's going to be popular. It's going to have a great competitive circuit. It's going to be a great popular game. Now we have this, and this is looking promising. Apparently Activision Blizzard's stock went up like 6 or 7% in a day just because of how promising this beta looks. I see a lot of PUBG players really enjoying it, a lot of Call of Duty fans. I've seen pretty much nothing but positivity going into it in general, and it definitely is amazing. So things that could be sped up, definitely the looting system and the perk system could maybe be revisited. I think it should automatically pick up stuff that you would want on your certain weapons. And one thing that people are also complaining about is the armor. The body armor is a little bit ridiculous. Just the difference of, if you have body armor like level 3, I think it resists 65% of bullet damage to the head and to the body, and until that breaks, which is absolutely insane. Having body armor is such a major key. It's like having like a level 3 body armor compared to even having like a trauma kit 200 health. It's not even comparable. And a lot of times my strategy is just off the start, loot, find the body armor, and then I go for the action. Or you can just land fire range and go for quick action. But I definitely think that what's going to be a key for this game, and I see them already estimating that. It's funny because they're already estimating after the first day success that they could maybe make 500 million off of Blackout in the next annual cycle or something like that. I saw that was some sort of article somewhere out there on the internet. You guys can probably look it up. But basically, which is saying they're going to have to keep this game fresh. And it really is going to be interesting because a lot of the stuff was taken from Fortnite. One thing they should have too is when you're flying in from the the helicopter, the sounds are just way too loud up there. It is kind of clunky, the falling in system there as well, so they could revisit that a little bit, I could say, for there as well. As far as loading into matches, didn't take too long, which was pretty good. I thought it would take a little bit longer. Also, reviving people in squads and duos, why is the revive 2 seconds? That's kind of ridiculous compared to like Fortnite 10 seconds. It probably should be like 5 or something like that. But yeah, I'm super excited for the future, and I think that this game, who knows what potential this could bring on. Maybe Call of Duty becomes a battle royale, maybe not a king, but maybe one of the kings up there, and of course it can coexist with Fortnite, with PUBG, with H1, all the stuff like that. And who knows, maybe because of this game was Treyarch's edition of Battle Royale, maybe we even see an Infinity Ward one. Imagine like the maps like Hard Hat and Rust and just Scrapyard, stuff like that. It could be crazy, but I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Anyway, it exceeded my expectations. It's complicated. The game is complicated. The looting system is complicated. But if you're into that sort of stuff, this game will blow you away. And even if you're not, it's definitely something that's different and it's a nice chill change of pace and a fun game to play. That's my total review on it so far. Who knows? I think to keep this game alive, it's going to need consistent, constant updates, and that's a major, major key. Thanks for watching, guys. Smack a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and have a great night. I'm out. Peace.